Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to another unboxing video. Yes, it is another Monster High doll. I'm sorry, I know I've kind of been like on a little trend with them lately, but there's just so many good ones coming out. Reese, I heard your little meow. I know you're down here. I love you. Anyway, today we are looking at Catty, and I'm super excited about that. I am not going to be on camera for today's video because honestly, I just really aggressively wanted to unbox her. Like, I needed to unbox her this instant, but I did not want to get ready to film today. Like, I just was not feeling getting ready and getting on camera. But yeah, I couldn't resist. So we're just doing like a little faceless review today, which is fine because we can put more of the focus on Miss Catty here. I'm so excited about this doll. Really quick, I will say I did make a whole video when we first got like official photos of her and what she looked like about the fat phobia kind of surrounding Catty. And so the only thing that I want to say regarding that for this video specifically is if you don't like some of her pieces, like if you think that her little like shrug thing is not cute, or you think the boots should have been a different color, or whatever like critique you might have for this doll, that is fine. Like, you are absolutely allowed to hold that opinion and like have your own thoughts, because I have my own thoughts. Like, I don't like every single piece that she comes with, and that's chill and fine. However, if you're going to sit here and tell me that this doll is ugly because she's fat, like if that is going to be your opinion, I would urge you to hold your tongue, or maybe just like not finish watching this video. Because if you decide that you're going to be fat phobic in the comment section, one of two things is going to happen. Depending on my mood, I'm either going to delete your comment, which is not something that I do frequently. I think I've only deleted like 3 or 4 comments in the entire time that I've had this channel, and they were just truly heinous. So I might delete your comment if I'm not really feeling like it, or I might decide to fight you in the comment section. So like, again, you are absolutely allowed to have like critiques of Catty's design that are actually about the design. But if you're going to insult her because she's a thick girly pop, just know that there will be repercussions for that. So like, that's all that I'm going to say on like the Catty is fat regard. But yeah, that aside, actually talking about the doll, I'm so excited to get into her. This is actually the second Catty that I tried to buy. I have not been able to find her in person around me. And my first one that I ordered, her face was an absolute mess and her hair was messed up, and there was like all kinds of stuff that just wasn't quite right about her. So I'm very happy that this second one came in better condition. You can see there's like a little bit of a sticker residue left behind because for some reason they put a sticker right over the front of her box, but that doesn't matter because we're going to be unboxing her, and I'm so excited to finally be able to get into this. Now, I did remember this time, because I'm on it today, kind of, to go ahead and do a doll rubric for Catty. So I will flash that up on the screen here so you can like see what I'm talking about. So for the emotion category, I put her as a 3. I'm very excited about her. For need to customize, I gave her as a 4 because I do think I'm going to maybe redress her a smidgen, or perhaps like paint a few of her accessories, but I don't want to like do a full customization for her, so she got a 4 for that. Quality, I gave her a 4 as well, just because I do think some of the clothing pieces are maybe a little bit iffy. Obviously, we'll find out, like, doing the unboxing. Maybe I'm off base with that, but just to be safe. A number of pieces of, like, I did only give her a 2, just because I do think that a lot of her accessories need some painting or something for me to feel really strongly about it. Most of what I like about this doll is the base doll, so there is that. And then for your uniqueness, she did get a 5 because this is a brand new character for Monster High G3, so like, she is the most unique for a Catty doll for G3 as of right now. That brings her up to a total of 16 out of 25 points, which is not the highest score I've ever given a doll here, but it is enough for me to like feel justified in spending full price on her. So that is my rubric ranking for Catty. But I think that's everything that I have to say about her in the box here. I mean, you've been staring at the front of her. This is the back with the box art. I'm just really thrilled with her, and obviously considering that I was so eager to unbox her that I didn't even like wait till the day that I felt like filming. I just decided to go for it. I need to get her out of the box this instant. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and then we will reconvene and talk about her details and all the stuff that she comes with and like the quality and all that, and hopefully have just a wonderful time with Miss Catty Noir here. So I will be right back with y'all. Okay, I have everything unboxed. Catty is in her little timeout corner. I'm sorry, girly pop, you don't deserve it, but like, we have to look at all of your accessories first. So let's go ahead and dig into that. Starting off with her pet cat amulet. This is very cute. I always think it's funny when characters like are cats and have cats, or like are dogs and have dogs, that sort of thing. Like, it's comical to me. Obviously, Catty is a werecat, and I'm assuming this is like a normal cat, but it is just like a little bit funny. The printing does feel slightly off. I don't know if you'll be able to see like on the camera, but I feel like the sculpt is not where the printing is with this cat. However, Catty herself looks fine, so like it's fine. I'll take it. If I had like a surplus of Catties available in my Walmart right this instant, I probably would go ahead and see if I could find a better one. But I don't. And could I just wait? Yes, I'm just an impatient human being, so like I'll take the L on Amulet here. I still think she's cute. I like her little pink ruff here. She's kind of precious. Then we have, let's see, let's go for the mirror. We've got Catty's little mirror here. It is broken. There is like paint on it to kind of give it that sort of mirror-like sheen, which I do appreciate the effort with that. The little cat ears are cute. And on the back, it says 13. We'll get into, I think, all of the painted details maybe at the end, or like the lack of painted details at the very end. Yeah, I feel like that'd be better instead of trying to address it like one at a time. So anyway, then she has her little cup here. It does say 13 and the top does come off. So that's pretty cute. Like I could take or leave that, but you know, it's here and it is nice. Of the sunglasses, I honestly don't get. In person, they're definitely much more blue, and I'm sure you guys have seen photos of them that show how blue they are. I think with my background and my lighting, it's like not showing off very accurately that they are definitely blue, and that I just don't get. Like I think the design is cute. There is like a little crack on the side that I feel like is again kind of hard to see. Hopefully you guys can get what I'm talking about. I like that. I just don't get the blue. Like there's no blue anywhere else in her design. And so I do think this was kind of like a missed moment. I feel like either she should have had more blue somewhere else, or these should have just been silver to match the silver stuff with her. So I don't know, like they're fine. They're just not my favorites. She does come with a microphone here, and it is personalized, which I think is so, so stinking cute. Like that's just definitely pop diva behavior, right? To have like a personalized microphone. And I mean that in the best way. Like that's not a derogatory thing. I think that is so stinking cute that her microphone has her name on it. The top is like dented and has this crack to it. So I mean everything with hers is a little bit cracked, a little bit broken, but that's thematic, right? Like it's kind of cute. I'm here for it. Then we have her phone with the apps. Even the phone screen is cracked. Again, I feel like my camera is just not grabbing the details very well today. But it's there, and I do think that's pretty cute. It says 13 on the back here. Then we've got her bag. So we've got like little cat ears. It is like very faintly shimmery in person. Like there's a little bit of shine embedded in the fabric. Oh my gosh. In the plastic here. And I think that is nice and cute. And it does open up super well. The way that the silver straps are attached, there's like pretty big nubs on the inside here, which does take up some of the space, but I appreciate that it opens super fully, and there is still a lot of space in there. I also kind of wish that my camera was at a wider angle so you could have seen the absolutely pathetic way that just rolled away from me. That was genuinely so sad, and I just sat here in defeat. I like the fact that the straps are these silver chains, and they are like kind of a malleable plastic. So I feel like that's quite nice. Like that feels good in the hands here. Then the last accessory she comes with, this one's rough. Like there's no hiding it. This one just is rough. This is like a paper little music binder. So it has her notes in here, which I think is absolutely precious. Like I love the idea of her carrying around her notes so she can like work on memorizing her songs. She's got little like marks that she's made in the margins of presumably things that she wants to like remind herself of or maybe change a little bit. That is so, so precious, but it is paper and it did come bent in the packaging. And I have seen that as an extremely common complaint with Catty, is that this is, with it being paper, especially like they try to make it look thick. So like it's folded on the side. So it's almost supposed to be more of a binder, but it's paper. So it just doesn't hold the shape very well and it gets squished very easily. That one's pretty rough. So kind of an unfortunate note, but now we get to Catty herself, and I'm just so excited about this girly pop. I love the color that they chose for her. There's like a very faint sheen to her body, I feel like, and anyone who is passionate about the color black will know that different black colors have different undertones, right? Like There are more true blacks. There are blacks that lean green or blue or purple. And I feel like Catty kind of leans purple, and it's super cute for her. Maybe it is just the fact that she's like surrounded by pink. Like there's a lot of pink in her design. So maybe the color theory there is like affecting the way that the black looks. But it's giving a little bit of a purple sheen, and I think that that is absolutely precious. Her eyes are so stunning. I think mine are still a little bit off. Like I don't think that they're perfect, but my first one was bad. Like my first one was actively so bad that even my husband could notice when I showed it to him, and he doesn't like pay attention to dolls. So that's bad, right? This one I think is definitely much better. It's at least acceptable to me. Um, Again, we'll kind of talk about that at the end. I think the only thing is her lips are messed up. I almost just dropped a censorable word there. Like they're supposed to be a gradient where they're kind of darker on the outside and then fade to a lighter color on the inside. And honestly, even on camera, I feel like it is not picking up how patchy it is. But in person, her lips are very patchy. The last one I had was even worse. Like it was not good. So that's a little unfortunate. I do think that that's kind of something that I could fix with a little bit of paint. Like that's within my skill set. The eye before was like so bad that I just didn't feel like dealing with it. So not a perfect face, but good enough for me. I also want to highlight the little stars in her makeup. I think that is just beyond cute. With her hair, she does have these micro braids kind of all around mixed in with the straight hair. And I just think it looks so, so pretty. It adds a little bit of texture. I think it's beautiful for her. The hair definitely needs a wash just because it's like boxy hair. It's a little bit tangled here. So I'll have to put in a little bit of TLC for her, but she's going to be so cute when I'm done. Promise. Her ears sticking up out of her hair. That's precious to me. She does have one little heart hoop earring on this side. Miss Weiss, you can come and say hi. She like isn't coming over here, and I don't know why, but I hear her on the other side of the room, and she's like making little pigeon noises trying to get me, and I'm busy, girly pop. I'm sorry. But moving on down, oh god, okay. I have to get this out of the way so that I can take it off of her and never have to touch it again. I didn't like the design of this shrug necessarily in the like stock photos and everything. I knew that it was probably something I was going to take off and I was going to give her something else. Like I knew that going in, that's fine. You know, it's kind of just one of those things that's a matter of opinion. Although I will say, I think, oh my God, I think a lot of people don't like the shrug. I was so unprepared for the texture. I have to touch it to show you guys. And I viscerally don't want to. Like every part of me does not want to touch this shrug. I'm gonna cry. The sensory, like the feeling of it is just absolutely diabolical. It's so plastic and so gross. And like I like some plastic accessories, like this kind of plastic I can touch. It's fine. The boots are fine. Even like plastic clothing. Like some of my favorite dolls have like jackets that are plastic, that sort of thing. I'm sorry, I'm genuinely in tears over this. Clearly, I have a sensory issue with this one. Like, this is not something that everyone will experience. But if you have sensory issues and like certain things are not a good touch to you, I feel like it's really important for me to be like really aggressively honest with this. This feels so gross. Like it's like extremely plasticky and kind of. Ugh. It's kind of ribbed. Oh my. I'm not like playing this up. I'm genuinely not okay with this. I'm not gonna touch it anymore. It has two Velcro parts that go under her sleeves, so it's constructed in a very odd fashion. Arms, not sleeves. Sorry, I'm like so messed up. I can't even talk right. So it goes on kind of weird. I could not for the life of me explain that one to you, but it doesn't matter because it's coming off immediately. Like I already thought I was gonna take it off for design purposes, but now I know that I have to take it off because once I take this off, it's gone. Like I will never touch this again because it is just so bad. So I'm gonna do that really quick and then I will be back. Okay, problem solved. That's so much better. That was genuinely so awful to touch. Maybe y'all won't have that reaction. Like you might have different sensory sensitivities or you might not have any sensory sensitivities, but for me, that was genuinely awful. I low-key am glad that it Velcroed under both of the arms because that made it extremely easy to take off. Like I was kind of doubting that choice just because it's not something that I personally have seen before, but now I'm thinking that was actually a fabulous idea. I didn't have to struggle getting it over her arms or anything like that. And it was gone. It's out of reach now. I don't have to touch it again. So that's better. Anyway, back to the doll. She has this necklace with a heart and the 13 on it. And then we get to the dress proper. I guess I should talk about the belt first so I can take the belt off and then show you the dress, because I don't always do this in all of my reviews, specifically with dolls that like we've already seen the body types for. But because Catty is a new body type, I do want to go ahead and like take everything off for you so you can see the body type that we're working with here. So yeah, let's take off the belt first. It obviously has the 13 and like a little broken heart on it, some chains, and then like the main portion of the belt. I think this is really cute. Like, I feel like it could use some more chrome to it, but it's very cute. And then her actual dress. I know a lot of people have been saying they don't like Catty's outfit, and I very clearly did not like the shrug either. Personally, I think this dress is actually really cute. Like, I love the material that they used for it. The broken glass motif, I feel like, is working so well here. Like, it just looks so cute, and the way that the fabric is like holographic behind it is really elevating the broken glassness of it. Like, it just looks so magical and so pretty. Like, I just want to twist her and turn her constantly so that I can show off how shiny and pretty it is. And then the underlayer being like the pink, I think is a nice little contrast there with the rest of the dress. Like, this is cute to me. I think this is genuinely really pretty. Moving on down to her shoes, we've got more of the pink. They are kind of cracked all over in the molding. There's like 13 and chains and all kinds of stuff within the molding. As you can see, there's not much painted detail, which, like, I guess this is the time to talk about the painted detail here. I fully understand that with Catty, this is a new body type, and so therefore a lot of the budget had to go to developing the body type, and therefore less could go towards painting the accessories. It is kind of sad to see, because I want to say in the original concept art, her shoes were either silver or white, and I do think that that would have been better. There is just a lot of pink happening for this doll, and like, that's fine. Obviously, she is a pink girly pop, but I just feel like it could have been broken up better with some more silver. Specifically, like, anything to match this would be so good. Like, if the chains on her belt were more silvery instead of just being like the pink. I'm gonna zoom in a smidge. I feel like I'm kind of zoomed out. There we go. Or like, even with the accessories, like, this is a lot of just solid pink. And if there were silver kind of around the edge here on the 13 on the zippers, I feel like that could just break up some of the aggressive pinkness and kind of the overwhelming pinkness. I don't know. There are dolls that are monochromatic, all of Rainbow High, where it's like, it's so pink and it works. And I just feel like Catty needed a little bit more silver or just a little bit more painted detail in general. So that is unfortunate. I understand why it is this way, and I'm hoping that she gets more releases in the future with more like different pieces where they can put more of the budget towards the accessories and like adding details, because now they already have the body sculpt, right? Like, they don't have to make this from scratch again. So I'm hoping that in the future we'll get to see more of Catty and get to see some more stuff. Is it a bummer? Yes. But like, do I understand it? Also kind of yes. Anyway, though, now we need to pop everything off of her real quick so we can actually look at her body type. Alrighty, there we go. There is Miss Catty. And I just love this. Okay. Like, I genuinely oh, hold on. The more I look at her, the more I love her. I'm gonna cry for a better reason this time. I love this so much. I know I wasn't gonna get like into the fat phobia and everything, and I'm still not, because I just don't feel like dealing with that right now if I can avoid it. But the positive side, I love that this is like a thicker doll, because obviously that is not the norm, especially for playline dolls. Like, you don't typically see dolls that are this sort of shape. And I am high key emotional getting to see her like this. Like, I just feel like it genuinely means a lot. And this is to me as an adult, so I can only imagine how much this would mean to a kid who gets to play with this doll, maybe like a kid who has a body type that is closer to hers. I feel like that would be so amazing. I know with dolls, it is very difficult when they make plus size dolls to not give them like pillow joints where the arm is super thick and the elbow is really thin, and like the arm is super thick again. I feel like they did a decent job of avoiding that. I can't get her with one hand. My hands are kind of weak right now. But I feel like they did a pretty good job at avoiding the pillow joints. The neck, I think, is a decent thickness. It probably could have been a little bit thicker, but I don't think it's terrible. Like, overall, with the difficulties that come with sculpting a doll that is a bigger size, because like, you have to work out the joints and the mobility and everything, I feel like they did a really, really good job with her thighs are like so nice. I just love her so much. I like that she has a really thick tail too. And honestly, the part that is like making me cry whenever I put my eyes on it is this here. I don't know how well you'll be able to see on camera, but instead of just going like, okay, this is under her bust in a straight sort of line to her hip, she does have a little bump here. Like she's got a roll. Sorry, I'm actually crying. I have to put her down. I didn't expect that because I've said this before. When I know that I'm going to review a doll, I try not to watch other people's reviews or hear too much about it so that I can give you my own opinion, my own like unbiased opinion that's like unaffected by the opinions of other people. So I try to do that as much as I possibly can. So I genuinely did not know that Catty had a little roll, and it's very subtle. Like I don't even know if you can, up close you could probably see it. And like her stomach protrudes a little bit, like her tummy comes out further than her chest does. And I really did not expect to get this emotional today. Oh, it's a good thing I didn't bother putting on makeup. That just genuinely means so, so much to me as someone who has been insecure about my weight, honestly, my entire life. Like I was, dieting from a much younger age than I had any right to be dieting at. And I've always struggled with my weight and specifically my stomach, and not in the sense of like, oh, being heavy is bad, but just me personally, because so many people will say so many hurtful things to you if you weigh more. I have always struggled really bad with loving myself and loving my body, and especially loving my stomach. And right now, my weight has fluctuated a lot. I've been like open about that whenever it's relevant to a doll. Throughout my life, my weight has fluctuated a lot. I'm on like the lower side of what I tend to be at right now, but I still have rolls, right? Like I'm still not free of rolls. And if you are, that's fine. If you're not, that's fine. Like I'm not in any way trying to shame anybody's body here. I'm just talking about my personal experience. It makes me really uncomfortable with myself, and it's a me thing. Like I see other people who have my body type and I think they're beautiful, but I see myself and I can't absorb that. And again, specifically, I'm very, very sensitive about my stomach, and like I'm very insecure about my stomach. And so I knew that Catty was going to be chubby, but I really, really didn't expect her to have little rolls. And it just makes me love her so much more. And I feel like it's like a little silly of me to be crying over a doll. But I wouldn't have expected that. I feel like that's not what companies tend to do when they make more like plus size dolls. Like they tend, in general, like I'm making a big generalization here, but generally when you see dolls that are bigger, they might have a slightly thicker waist and like thicker thighs, but they still have kind of that hourglass. And very granted, so does Catty. Like she still has like the chest that like tapers in here, but for her to also have the rolls, I feel like it's not something that I've seen on a doll. It is not something that I've seen specifically on a playline doll, and it actually means so much. Like I'm getting goofy right now. But that is actually so sweet. And I just love that because I think she's really cute. Like there are things that I don't like about her outfit, like that god awful texture on that shrug, or I think the boots should have been silver probably. And I might still paint them to have more silver on them. But I think her dress is cute, and I think that her body is like, I love the fact that they made her thick, but like not this standardized, idealized thick. And again, if you are that, that is fine. Like you're beautiful like that. But it really means a lot to me that Catty gets to have those things that people might consider imperfections that happen on bigger bodies. And I think that's really, really wonderful. Oh my God. I was not expecting this at all. Now I want to put her, like, I like this shirt, but now I want to put her in a little crop top so I can see her cute little belly. I did not have this on my bingo card for today. Anyway, we have to talk final thoughts. Oh, there's definitely a lot of quality control issues. Like, I know that I've been talking very positively the last little bit about Catty. I'm not gonna like sugarcoat things though. There's a lot of quality control issues. I had to get a second doll. I've heard a lot of people are having trouble with the micro braids coming out, or other people are getting faces that are wonky, or like I still have this little guy. It's kind of wonky, or the god-awful paper notebook here. So there's a lot of quality control issues, and there definitely is a lack of painted detail. And I think especially with this doll coming out around the same time as lines like Monster Fest, where there's so much painted detail, that doesn't look good. Again, I kind of understand why with that, but I feel like I would take all of that if it means that we get to have this doll, right? Like I think that Catty means something very positive for the doll community. I love that Mattel put her out. I love that they're continuing to push the boundaries with the body types that they're doing in G3. And so for me personally, I would rather have her first doll have some clothing pieces that need to be fixed up. The quality control, that is, they need to work on that. Like, that's not good. That one I can't really excuse. But I'd rather have not a lot of painted detail on her first doll and get to have this doll exist in the world than like not have her, right? So me, I'm still really, really excited about this doll. Now I kind of need to consider if I want to redress her, because I really do like this, but I really want to show off her little tummy. I don't even know where to go from here. That shook me to my absolute core, y'all. That one really got me. So overall, I guess my thoughts are, if you can find this doll in person, try to find her in person so you can try to get one that at least has like a good face. Keep an eye out on the face of the cat. And if you are worried about the hair falling out, honestly, low-key, I would pop off the head right when you get her and throw some glue up in there to secure the braids. I would hope that in future runs, Mattel themselves makes the braids more secure, but like that is a DIY at-home fix that you can do that I might do as well, just to make sure she's okay. But yeah, like maybe I'm just being an optimist, but I really don't think that's too much of the case here, because I feel like I'm pretty good on this channel about being open. Like, I always want to try to be honest with you guys. I always want to give you like my real and total opinion on things. And I'm not hesitant to call companies out when I feel like they're doing dumb shit, right? Like, I'm not hesitant to be like, oh, Mattel made a stupid choice with this or that or whatever. But with this, genuinely, despite all of like the negatives that you could list and that are definitely there factually, like there are problems, I'm still really grateful to have this doll. I'm still really excited to have her. And I think that she means so much to me. I'm sure she means so much to other people. And I can only imagine what she means to kids. Like, I just think that would have been so cool to have a doll like this when I was a kid. You know, it's been a while since I was at that age. But I feel like even as an adult, if she's making me cry now because she has stomach rolls, like as a kid who had body image issues from, again, like such a young age, I feel like I would have sobbed, like full throttle, nasty sobbing, seeing a doll that had a body that looked a little bit more like mine. So I think that that's a wonderful thing. And I hope that this doll brings a lot of positive impact to a lot of people. And I hope that, you know, we get to see more of her and hopefully just see her improve, because I think this is a beautiful base. I think that they've done some really good things with her. Even like the molding of the shoes. Like, there's not a lot of painting, but the molding is really cute. And I hope that we get more, because this is, despite all the flaws, to me, such a win. So I'm going to wrap it up there. I feel like I've been chatting for a long time and crying for a long time. My bad. Fully did not expect that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Catty. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I would love to hear if you guys have been able to get her, or like customizing ideas. I've seen so many people come up with so many cute outfits for her on Instagram, and I'm very excited to like maybe do the same. I don't know, we'll find out. I'll post on Instagram how I end up dressing her, so you guys will be able to see. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today. I need to go grab a tissue. So I hope you guys were able to enjoy despite my outbursts. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or night, whatever it might be. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.